second recipe I'm going to demonstrate today is the lovely Rocky Road. For this, the utensils you're going to need are a sharp knife, a spatula, a wooden spoon, a 7-inch cake tin, a pot and a large bowl. Now, if you would prefer to make these individually, you can use the little foil cartons that you can get in Mr. Price or Dunnes Stores or any of the supermarkets and make individual ones. You can also put them into bun trays and have them just like individual little buns. There's loads of options you can use. Today I'm just going to use the 7-inch square cake tin. So I'm going to start by melting our chocolate, butter and golden syrup together. So the quickest way to do it is to chop your chocolate up very small. If you use big chunks, it's going to take longer. So the little chunks, you will have everything done quicker. Nobody wants to be labouring in the kitchen over recipes. We all want quick and easy recipes, and this is a quick way to do it. Okay, that is your chocolate chopped up nice and fine. So what we're going to do is place our pot onto our heat, and we're going to add in our 4 ounces of butter. And you need to use real butter for this, not the spreadable butter. You need Kerrygold or the Dairygold that you get, or Dairy Manor it is, that you get in Lidl. It is slightly cheaper than the Kerrygold, and that's the one that I actually use. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons of golden syrup, approximately. It's quite a nice taste, so sometimes I go a wee bit overboard. Now, if you can't get the squeezy tub of that and you buy the tin, the easiest way to use it is obviously have to dip your spoon into the tin. So if you have a cup of boiling hot water beside you, dip your spoon into it, the water, and then into the golden syrup. The golden syrup will just slide off your spoon and you won't have any waste. If you don't do that, the golden syrup sticks to your spoon and you have a lot of waste of the golden syrup. So boiling hot water first on your spoon and then the syrup, and it's a great way for no waste. Okay, wooden spoon, just give that a little stir around, and then we're going to add in our nice finely chopped chocolate. Now, I am using Lidl's milk chocolate. It is in a blue packet. I'm not just quite sure of the name of it. Oh, here it is. Fincarry. I think it's 79 or 89 cent, and it's perfectly fine for the Rocky Roads. Some people use cooking chocolate. I don't particularly like cooking chocolate because there's an awful lot of oil in it. That is much richer. I know somebody else who uses dairy milk, and it's delicious with the dairy milk as well. I would try to avoid the cooking chocolate if you can. If you can afford to just spend a little bit more on the milk chocolate, there's a much nicer taste of your Rocky Roads. So I'll just give that a little stir up. And like I said, when it is chopped nice and fine, it doesn't take long. So if you think it's going and cooking too fast, just move it off the heat and leave it at the side of the cooker, because it can burn very quickly and you don't want that to happen. Now everything is melting down very nice and quickly there. I'll just leave that there for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to take my big bowl and I'm going to chop up the biscuits or break them up. Now it's 4 ounces of digestives and 4 ounces of rich tea. So I'm going to give you a rough guideline on how many biscuits each that is. Just over there. Yeah. That's perfect. So there's 2, 4, 6, there's 8 digestives in 4 ounces. So if you haven't got a weighing scales, lots of houses don't, 4 ounces of digestives equals 8 biscuits. Now, you don't want to crumb these. You want them roughly broken. If you crumb them, they just go into the chocolate and you don't get that nice crunch when you bite into your rocky road. So just nice rough bits of chocolate or biscuit, round this size. And the same with the rich tea. And I'll just measure the rich tea as well, just to give you a guide. Oh, it's going to take a little bit more of the rich tea. Obviously lighter. There you go. Okay, so there's a lot more rich tea. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 rich tea is 4 ounces. Now you can use ginger nut in with your biscuits as well if you like ginger nuts. The digestive biscuits tend to go softer quicker than the rich tea. They hold their crunch a little bit better if you've got some left over for the next day. So just give them a little toss around. Like that. We're going to add in our mini marshmallows. You can use the big ones as well, but the mini ones just sit better with this recipe. So we are going to add in our marshmallows. Just give them a toss up. You can use pink marshmallows or just white marshmallows. I like the mix of both. And I know in Lidl you can buy the bag and they're mixed. In Dunnes stores they're only white. You'll get the pink and the white bag in Lidl. And here I have some maltesers as well. Now all the quantities are on the recipe sheets that you've been given. Don't add all the maltesers at this stage because you want to leave a few just to top around your rocky road at the end of putting it into the cake tin. So just with your hands, that's why you need the big bowl, to get your hands in and get it all well tossed up. Now, here I have just a patch of parchment paper. Put that up there. And I'm just going to put it sitting in the bottom of the tin, just in case it sticks to the bottom of the tin. It probably won't. If you haven't got parchment paper, don't panic. Just rub it a little bit with, or grease it a little bit with butter. And that'll help prevent it from sticking. It shouldn't stick, and a lot of the tins are non-stick as well, which helps with that. So I'll just place that there for a little minute. I'll come back to my chocolate, which is just perfect. You can see it there, nice and rich. And the fact of the butter in it gives it a nice glossy finish. Now there are loads of ingredients you can add into your rocky roads. You can add popcorn, sea salt, dried fruit, nuts, entirely up to you. Again, it's like the quesadilla recipe. A lot of the ingredients are optional in these recipes, so you go with whatever suits you. Popcorn is actually delicious because you have the sweet and the salty in this mixture, and it's really, really nice. Okay, so this is where your spatula comes into play. You want all the chocolate out of your pot. You don't want to leave any chocolate in the pot. And in it goes. Nice, shiny chocolate. And then all we do is mix it right through. So, again, this is why you need the big bowl. If you have a small bowl, all you're going to do is make work for yourself. So make sure you have a big bowl that you can get your spatula in around and get everything covered. It's just delicious, and I wish you could smell it because it's absolutely delicious. I'll be looking forward to a piece of this tomorrow. Now, what you're simply going to do next is add it into your prepared tin. Oops, perfectly into the tin, not around it, might help. Lovely. Just gently press it down into your tin. You don't want any little air gaps, but you also don't want to smash the biscuit when you're doing this. So gently and carefully, just level it off with the side of your spatula, like so. And then add the remaining maltesers on top, just like so. Now you can, if you like, melt more chocolate and have a chocolate topping on this, but I like it rough and ready. And just a few. If you want to Christmify it, you can add little silver balls or little Christmas decorations, which is quite nice also. The tin, make sure you keep your tin nice and clean. Oh, there you go. I'll just turn that one around that way. And simple as that, that is the Rocky Road made. Now, just a few tips on it. Obviously it has to be made the day before because it has to sit in the fridge overnight for it to set. When you are cutting it out of the tin, with the parchment paper, you should be able to turn it upside down onto your hand and then put it back onto your board and cut it. If you want to cut it out of the tin, that's perfectly fine too. The secret in cutting it perfectly into the correct size bars is to have a very, very sharp knife. In fact, all your knives should be very sharp because the most dangerous instrument in your kitchen is a blunt knife, so make sure all your knives are sharp when you're cooking. But for this, when you are going to chop it up, or cut it up into bars, run your sharp knife under boiling hot water and it'll just slide through the chocolate. If you have a cold knife, you're going to have to saw, which means you're going to hack the Rocky Road. So if your knife is hot, it'll just glide through it, the chocolate won't get broken, and you'll be able to serve them in nice slices as opposed to ones that are hacked. And that takes us to the end of the cookery demonstration. I hope you all enjoyed it.